Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about fabrics. We all love fabrics. I really love to pick fabrics for a quilt, and part of the fun of making the quilt is deciding what fabrics I want to use. And as a beginner quilter, we often start with just 2 or 3 fabrics, especially for the backgrounds. Today I'm thinking about background fabrics. So the first quilt I made, the background fabric was a muslin light cream color. And it was fine. The quilt looked fine. Only I really think now how much I have learned and how much I like to add lots of different low volume background colors to my quilts. I think it really makes a big difference. And I've got some examples here. This is a good way for you, if you like to buy fabric, to, instead of buying 1 or 2 fabrics that are cream color or tan color, buy 10. You can do that. You just buy less of each one. This is Badminton Anyone, and when I was designing it and making it, I always make a test block to begin with. And I don't know which one it was, but I think it was one that has a lot of white in it, so I'm not sure where it is. It might be this block. And the block had background fabric, and I used all the same fabric. So when I got this block finished and I put it up on the wall, I thought, it's a nice block, but I think this quilt would look so much better if I added some different background fabrics. So here's a little bit darker tan fabric. There's some light yellowy cream colors, and all through the quilt, instead of always using a white or a very light background, I added lots of different backgrounds, as long as they didn't get too dark to interfere with the fabrics that I have in the quilt. So you just have to watch that you don't get too dark so that your contrast goes away. You want these things to contrast. But having lots of different backgrounds makes the quilt really a lot better. I want to show you this one here too. This is called Whispering Leaves. And once again, instead of having like white backgrounds, there's some tans, there's some, who knows how old some of these are. And some are batiks. It's fine to add batiks with regular cottons. It doesn't matter at all. Let's look over here. These are big quilts, so I have them folded up so that you can see them. This is Golden Anniversary, and Golden Anniversary has lots of different backgrounds scattered around through here. You can still see the quilting. Turn this light on, see if that helps. Not a lot, but you can still see the quilting, as long as your backgrounds don't overpower your design. You're making the quilt interesting from looking at it from afar. Move over to this one. This is Star Carousel. Again, lots of different backgrounds in there, and you really can't notice it from a far distance, but it does give your eye something else to look at. Finally, on that side is Simple Elegance, another quilt which uses different backgrounds. Those are a little darker, but there's more than one background. They're not all just plain a certain color. Up here, this is a quilt which I wanted to have white and gray. So the backgrounds are white and gray, but there's many different whites and grays. So I encourage you, if you want your quilt to stand out and really look smashing instead of nice, I encourage you to try lots of different fabrics for your backgrounds. Make sure they're They all read basically about the same. They're about the same volume. Nobody screams out, but that will make your quilts much better looking. Thank you for watching. And if you feel like you learned something from this presentation, go ahead and hit that like button. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe so you'll be notified when the next video comes along.